out of the house, boom, cuts to the next camera right when I enter frame, next camera when I enter frame, boom. So cool. That technology is amazing. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Eufy Security. This is the EufyCam E330 Professional 4-camera kit. This features 4 4K outdoor security cameras with a Wi-Fi NVR and 1 terabyte of storage. Eufy did send me this product to check out today, but I want you to know that any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to learn more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Here's a look at the retail box and packaging. Everything looks great. They walk you through some of the key features on both the sides and the back where you can learn more about this kit. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and see what's inside. Here are all the contents. First up, you'll see we have our product literature consisting of a quick start guide followed by positioning cards. So we got 4 of these stickers that match the base of our camera with our screw holes cut out there so we can easily get everything installed. Next, you'll see we have 4 grommets here for the power supply in the camera to make sure we have a nice sealed connection there. You'll see a lot of hardware from cable management to the screws to mount that with zip ties. We also have our wall anchors and screws for each individual camera. Next, we have an Ethernet cord here for a hardwired internet connection. We have a main power cord for our home base, especially if you need an extension. That's going to be very useful for you with matching power supply right there. Then we have 4 identical power supplies for the cameras themselves. And then you'll see we have 4 identical cameras with Eufy Security 4K branding on the side right there. Take a look, all different sides and angles, get a feel for it. You'll see the mount. We have our instructions there to open. We can reposition that as needed. There's a look at the power cable with the barrel connector. We have a removable sticker on the front to reveal our lens, light, and sensors. Got a decent weight to it, but not too heavy. And then lastly, we have our home base right here. Take a look. We got our sync alarm button. We have 2 USB ports, Ethernet jack, and power connector. Bionic Mind AI technology on the side. Eufy Security on the front. You'll see at the very top, we can actually pop this open. It's a magnetic cover to reveal our 1 terabyte of built-in storage. That's our hard drive slot right there, clearly labeled for us. Just for fun, I wanted to pop out the drive to see what we get. In this case, it's name brand. We got a Seagate Barracuda drive. This is awesome. It's a 1 terabyte drive as advertised, and it's a 2.5-inch form factor. This is a disk drive, if you're wondering, but you do have the option with that same form factor. If you want to pick up your own SSD drive, you can do that too. Very user-friendly to upgrade. You just got 4 screws to remove, pop your new drive in, and you're all set and ready to go to place it right back in your base. So I love that we have additional storage expansion options if we so choose. Currently, we have our home base plugged in and connected to Ethernet, and we have 1 camera plugged in so we can set everything up here. This is what the Eufy app should look like for you. It may look a little bit different depending on any other devices you may already have added. In our case, first thing we have to do is add our home base here. It's the S380 Home Base 3. So go ahead, you can pick and choose if you want to add a new home, that sort of thing. We're just going to continue on with what we have here. Make sure it's connected. We have all of that set and ready to go. Now connect your phone to the same Wi-Fi as the router that's connected to our home base. So we'll select next. Wait 1 minute until the home base's LED turns from red to blue. We have the blue LED on ours right there. We'll select next. Now we can scan the QR code at the bottom of the base. So there we go, we just scanned it. It's registering it right now. Next up, we have to go ahead, press the sync button for 2 seconds until you hear a beep. That's on the back of the device as shown. Just heard the beep, select next. Now it's working on connecting.
Pairing request. Press the sync button on the back to accept it.
Got a prompt for a pairing request, press the sync button again.
Home base was added successfully.
So everything was added successfully. Now we wait for it to finish up. Just got a prompt from the drop down there. The hard drive needs to be formatted. So that's a good sign that everything's working in the background. Still waiting for everything to connect. All right, so I'd say it took a little bit less than 2 minutes. Now we can give our home base a name. Let's do E330 HB. Continue. Select next. Now we have face management. We can accept that. We can add a familiar face if we want. Then you'll see we have some firmware to update, so we'll do that. And then we can add more devices. So let's go ahead. Let's choose add more devices here. We'll go back. Now we'll choose the 24/7 Pro camera option here. You'll see there it is. We'll select that, add it to our home, select next, pick and choose our home base here, follow the instructions, press the sync button for 2 seconds. That's going to be on the back of the camera here. Got the beep, LEDs flashing blue, select next. Now it's going to work on discovering the device here. It's emitting a noise from
to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
They're emitting a noise to each other as it works to discover the network.
Device was added successfully.
That was great. Just got our voice prompts at the same time. Both of the devices were added successfully. Great to see. So now we can pick and choose where we're going to have this camera. So we'll just say backyard. Select next. We have a lot of different options there. Next. Storage. Continue. So that's formatting the storage here. We can click next as it continues to format in the background. Multi-bridge tech, this is cool, ensures that the system is always using the most optimal configuration. Configure. So we got to add our network and password if you want to set this up. Hit next. Now it's working on multi-bridge with our network. All right, our system has been optimized. Select next. Now we have our mounting guide. We can power through this if we want. You can skip it. Very simple, straightforward, detailed instructions. Now we can test our signal strength. It's great because it's here in the studio. Oh, I can hear myself through there too. All right, pretty cool. And we got a detection already. Someone's been spotted in the backyard. Pretty cool. Select next, and setup has been successful. We can hit finish, and there we go. We've added our first camera. Repeat all of that again 3 more times. All right, here's your look at one of the mounted cameras. Everything was simple and straightforward. 3 screws, plug in your power supply, you're all set and ready to go. Beautiful camera. Looks great here. See it from all different sides and angles. Simple and straightforward to install, and it looks fantastic. With everything set up, now let's go back into the app and look at our devices. So you'll see we have a nice overview of each of our cameras right here. Currently, one of the cameras is updating. Then at the bottom, we have our home base. Let's enter into our home base and look at its settings here. Up in the top right-hand corner, we have a settings gear icon. We have all of our cameras. We have our audio settings here. You can adjust that right there. Alarm volume tones, prompt volume. Then you'll see notification settings. So pick and choose your settings here as you see fit. Then we have this multi-bridge beta. So if you want to do that, you can do that right here. In-bridge and reconfigure your network as you see fit. We'll go back. Then you'll see we have our general settings here. Then we can share this device with friends or family members. Then at the bottom, we can restart the device or remove the device, all from within the app. And then you'll see on this screen, we got our 4 cameras connected. We have our Bionic Mind AI with our face management. So we have all those settings right there if we want to add some familiar faces. Then we have our AI empowerment right here for all of our cameras. We can choose which ones that we want to enhance. And then our storage management right here, we can select that. We can format or clear as needed. You'll see 99% left, so over 1,000 gigabytes of usable space with our 1 terabyte drive. And then our video archive. If we want to have an external USB storage for backup, we can do that and archive everything right here. You can learn more about that right from this section with the question mark in the corner. So that's a quick look at the home base. Now let's go back and let's check out one of our cameras. So we'll look at outside camera 4 here. We got our preview screen. We have our signal strength, a couple dots here. We can choose basically snooze, sleep the camera, or look at its settings. Let's go straight to the settings, toggle it on or off. We can look at our cross camera tracking. This is a neat feature you can enable if you want. How long do you want it to continuously track for? tracking assistance, and you can learn more about that feature, but pretty sweet. It'll just basically track your subject across all the different cameras. Motion detection settings, here they are right here. We can adjust those as we see fit. Here's our activity zone. So when the live preview loads, you'll be able to go in and configure this. Again, that'll just vary depending on what sort of foot traffic or car traffic or things you have along those lines. When it loads, just hit the plus icon and you'll select and customize basically this polygon, or whatever you want to call it, as you see fit. So pick and choose your zones. So we can save that one if we want. With it saved, we can edit it, or we can add another zone if we want. So we could add another one right here. You get the idea. So we can easily pick and choose as we see fit depending on where our camera's positioned. Next setting we have is our spotlight setting here. So we have low, medium, and high light settings for the camera, and we can just toggle those to whatever we see fit. So here's our low light setting. Here's our medium light setting. And here's our high light setting. Moving our way down, we have our video settings here. We can choose our watermark settings for the video, our quality options. This will depend on your signal strength with your Wi-Fi and your network. 720p, 1080p, 2K, 4K, or auto. We leave ours in auto. Then we have our recording settings here. Do you want a 5, 60, or 120 second clip length? Or somewhere in between. And then we can toggle on end clip early if motion stops. Definitely a nice little space saving option there. Then we have our night vision. Do you want black and white night vision or color night vision? Or you can turn it off. Pick and choose. We also have the option to rotate the image 180 degrees. That will just depend again on your mounting situation. Convenient that we have that there. Then we have our flicker adjustment settings, 50 or 60 hertz. And then you'll see down here at the bottom our continuous recording. Default is on, and we have no option to select it. Next, we have our audio settings here. We can turn the microphone on or on. We can turn audio recording on or on. We can turn the speaker on or on. We have 3 different speaker volume settings. We have our low volume setting.
Testing. The low audio settings for the camera's built-in speaker.
Medium volume setting.
Testing. This is your medium audio sample for the camera's speaker.
And our high volume setting.
Testing. This is your high audio setting for the camera's speaker.
Next, we have our notifications. We can choose most efficient, full effect, include thumbnail, and we have our motion alerts. Choose your tone. Then you'll see our general settings here. We can rename it, status LED toggle on or off, mounting guide, and we can learn more about this particular camera. We can share this camera with friends or family. Very easy to invite them. We can also give feedback, and then lastly, we can remove the device. Entering into the live preview, you'll see that settings gear icon again in the top right-hand corner to go over everything we just looked at. You'll also see we have this alarm option here. Camera sound only, camera sound and spotlight, home base sound. So pick and choose which manual alarm setting you want. Camera sound only, manual alarm. Camera sound and spotlight, manual alarm. And home base sound. You'll see the live view. Currently we're in auto. We can rotate the picture if we want. We can pinch to zoom. So look at that detail, 2x zoom. Very clear and crisp footage. Looks fantastic. I mean, look at the attention to detail there. How everything's properly exposed, even with the sun and the shade. So it's a tricky lighting environment. It's handling it flawlessly. Then down at the bottom, we have additional settings, record, screenshot. We have our microphone if we want to talk. Sound, we can listen in. We can view our playback settings, spotlight controls, black and white night vision, and our event settings there. So here's record. Select got it. So you'll see it's recording right now. And then when we're done recording, you can go ahead and just hit record again. Screenshot, just took a pic. Then we have our speaker to talk into it. Sound, we can toggle that on or off. Then you'll see playback right here. This will take us to all of our videos with a nice timeline in order for us, and we can browse by date. So you'll see all the video here in blue. That's what we have recorded. And then there's those little yellow markers on that timeline for us, letting us know certain events and things along those lines, so we can quickly browse to where we want to be. Fairly quick playback too. Not taking that long to find the footage. And then you'll see currently the most recent footage, since we're doing continuous record, isn't available yet. It takes about 5 minutes. So you'll see all that right there. Then we have the option to record, delete, share, donate, or download the clip. And again, that calendar, once this progresses throughout the weeks and months, you can find all that footage there. So you can browse by date. And then just use this nice timeline to find exactly what you're looking for. Super simple to navigate. That's the playback settings. And then you'll see moving over, spotlight, easily turn on or off. Night vision, same thing, all of the settings there again, easily cycle between them. And then we have our event with all of our notifications. So this is pretty cool. Lets us know too what it detected. So humans, little screenshot of our face too. There I am waving to the camera. And you'll see a couple more of those options there. Door shuts, we could download, donate, share, or delete the clip. Up to you. But really nice, you just want to browse by those events. Let AI and the bionic mind do all the work for you. And those previews, again, pretty sweet. Got those little screenshots there. There it is, detected by local AI, alerting us to what it thinks and deems is a human. In this case, it's been accurate every time since installation. You'll also find up at the top here for the events, again, we have a calendar here. So choose by day, time. Then you'll see we have different filter options, what type of event, what type of detection, what devices, local storage or cloud storage, and favorites. So you have a lot of smart filters there. And then we can select certain options too if you want to delete them. Select them all, just select a couple. You get the idea. And now I've rotated my phone so we get that nice full screen view here. Again, just a pinch to zoom in. Now we have up to 8x zoom. Still very detailed. Looks really nice. This is just the auto setting here. So again, we can toggle between that. Let's go full 4K. Hopefully our Wi-Fi is strong enough. Sure looks like it is. Details look really good there. So nice 4K live view. Let's go 2K live view. (1080p) live view. Not bad at all, regardless of the resolution. And then here's 720p. That's really the only noticeable one to me. The 720p, still not bad, but 1080p and beyond, it's going to look even better. So if your network allows it, definitely do 4K if you can. If not, auto's going to be a nice option for you as well. I think it's kind of the best of both worlds. Super detailed, clear, and crisp footage right on our phone. All right, so the sun has set. Let's look at the cameras at night. We'll go into each individual view. This first view for this camera does have a porch light on, so casting light out towards the street as you see the grass is illuminated. Let's zoom into, this is pretty exciting stuff. You'll see, does a really good job, even taking the light across the street at the neighbor's house. Look at the detail there. Pretty sweet. There's 8x zoom. We can see the Halloween decorations, that really tall, spooky skeleton. But very clear and crisp at night in the dark. I mean, look at those details there. Let's go ahead. That's black and white night vision. Let's turn on the color night vision here. you'll see that it just changed, but we got to turn our spotlight on. So spotlight is on, and look at that. Boom! Amazing detail. We'll zoom in. The license plate, very reflective on that car. You'll see their Halloween lights. But look at that. Even the grass across the street, especially if there's a hint of light over there. Look at that. This is night, guys. It's dark. The sun has set. Street lights are on. Porch lights are on. The sky is black and dark. And look at the detail there. Amazing, amazing, amazing quality in the dark. Look at the detail. And now for our first camera, I turned off night vision. So you'll see our setting here. So we don't have color night vision and it's turned off, but you'll see how everything looks with just our porch light on, illuminating it to get a feel for the different settings we have in the dark. Here's our next camera in the back. You'll see we can pinch to zoom in. Get a feel for the black and white night vision here. We'll change that to the color night vision. Turn our spotlight on. Same thing. So up close with that tree branch there, that's like 10 feet or less away. Look at how detailed it is, how bright it is. Still see the color. And then obviously way in the distance with those lights on, it helps bring some color into the shot. But again, this is dark out. Look at how clear it is. Nothing's pixelated, very detailed. And then now we have everything turned off. So we don't have any night vision on here. You get a feel for how the quality is going to look. Still not that bad. These sensors really make the most of any little bit of light it can find. And for not even having night vision enabled, that's not bad. Making our way to our next camera up at the side of the house. You'll see how it looks with black and white. I wanted to see how the siding would look or reflect to the sensor. About what I expected. So let's go ahead, let's turn on color night vision and let's activate the spotlight here. So we have the spotlight turned on and you'll see it's shining and casting most of that light on the side of the house. So not making as much use of the light as some of the other ones would. So just keep that in mind when you're mounting these. You want to make sure that you can avoid some of those obstacles if you can. We'll turn the spotlight back off. You'll see what it goes to, and then let's turn everything off. And you'll see we got the blue light on the camera blinking there. We can see that. It actually gives us a bit more detail here without it on because it's using more of that light in the background than just the reflection off the siding. I mean, it looks really good with it turned off and having the neighbor's lights. That's amazing. So it's great that we have those customization options. Again, depending on the lighting environment and where you have to maybe mount the camera. It's great that we have this flexibility to pick and choose between 3 different settings. And then here's our final camera at night. Again, the detail is top notch. We turned off the back light so you can get the full experience here. Let's go ahead, let's turn on the color night vision. And let's turn on our spotlight. And now you'll see color has been restored to the picture. I mean, that detail is as good as if it was day. Amazing. We see the dollhouse, the chair, the back door. You can see the light inside. I mean, that sensor is doing a fantastic job at night. That's where this camera is really going to excel. High quality night vision and footage in 4K even. I mean, look at that. And in this case, the siding and the cement has not affected the color night vision. And now let's go ahead, let's turn it off and turn off our spotlight. And you'll see, not bad. Just making use of the horizon, a little bit of light from the door, the neighbors' houses. Pretty impressive stuff here, even with no night vision on. Much better detail and still not as grainy as you would think it would be for how dark it is. It really can use that ambient light. Just a little bit of it really can enhance the image quality as you're seeing here. And outside earlier, I had some fun in the dark, walking around the house here. You'll see I also had my dog, Doug, join me. So we have some footage with him at the back door there. There he is just standing. It's smart enough, again, it detected a pet and gave us a notification. You'll see he's just standing there. His little beady eyes. Look at that. It's awesome. We can download it. We can share it. You get the idea. But it shows you in that yellow, the detection there. Triggered for our pet. You'll even see if I show you these drop-down notifications, that's what it's going to look like. Animal has been detected. You'll see that animal, someone. Again, it's smart enough to give you those notifications in real time. Here's another clip. Us entering the yard. You'll see what it looks like too in the dark with a floodlight on. Look at the detail there though. And again, really easy to just jump to the yellow clips. It's got my face and my dog right there. It's smart enough to know. Then we can scrub ahead. Having some fun there. There we go. I'm waving to the camera. Pretty sweet. And some earlier footage here. My family walking on the sidewalk. Details super clear and crisp. I mean, look at that. Pinch to zoom in. You can clearly make everybody out. Our clothes, skin color, all that. And then up at the top, you'll see we have a security report here, but the key thing I want to show you is basically how it's able to stitch 4 clips together across 2 different locations. So we can check that footage out right here, and it's going to show you the cameras side by side. So you'll see, testing it out here. So we film some of our content. And then we can scrub ahead. Pretty cool. So you can see the tracking details there. We have another one here. Me chasing my dog around the yard. Having some fun. So look at that. It follows us on that journey. Going through the yard. So running there. Back there. You'll see too, I can tell on this journey, we went all the way around the side, so we should have another camera there. So we have the option down at the bottom to give some feedback, incorrect clips, missing clips, no problems. In this case, I would say we're missing some clips, but really cool that that is working on tracking everybody across all the cameras. It's that smart. They want our feedback. And this one has 10 clips stitched together. That's cool. That's tracking. Look at that. That did it. Look at that. Flawless. And then going back the other way. Dude. So that's what you want to see. And that's great that in this case, it was able to take all those cameras, process everything, and put it together. We got to watch that one more time to celebrate it. Amazing. So you could follow somebody who shouldn't be in your yard or property all around. And you can see that right there. Out of the house, boom, cuts the next camera right when I enter frame, next camera when I enter frame, boom, next camera when my shadow enters the frame, and then back the other way. Oh, so cool. That technology is amazing. Now within our security report section, I wanted to go to summary really quick so we can obviously see all of our events, but I wanted to browse by human, pet, and vehicle. So in this case, I wanted to look at the pet videos. And you'll see we can go to its full video here, but we can look at these screenshots and thumbnails if one of them piques our interest. And then we can go to the full video. Maybe we have a vehicle in question, same thing. Well, look at that red truck. Ironically, this is a suspicious truck. Not normal. They're not a normal truck in our neighborhood, so I'm actually glad we got that there. Because you just never know. So depending on where vehicles are, you'll see there's a red car there. silver truck, and then that suspicious red truck. Pretty cool. And then human activity, right? You can see me. Just browse, pick and choose. Maybe one piques your interest. Okay, maybe this video. I don't know. Maybe this one. Right. So that's still in beta, but pretty cool to see. And then they got your total activities and a breakdown of humans versus pets versus vehicles. Look at that. Event timeline. When is most of the activity? Weekly activity. Stranger or familiar people as you build out that database with your faces. All that within that security report beta. Really, really sweet. And then I'm not sure if you've noticed this yet or not, but you see my face right there. If we select that, it's just gonna show us clips and footage with that face in it. So you can basically search by face, which is pretty unbelievable. So again, say there's somebody you don't recognize, but you have their face on camera, then you can see how often in your history has that person been around. So there's a lot you can learn here with their advanced AI technology. Unbelievable what you can get with a home security device like this. So easily filter everything out. Gotta end on a clip of me and my dog playing in the yard. Love seeing that. Get some more of those zoomies out. There he is. Quality's so good. You can even tell I'm wearing that Michigan sweatshirt. You can see the Jordan logo. Day or night, this camera definitely has you covered. After setting up and using the EufyCam E330 EufyCam Professional system, let me share with you my final thoughts. This really is an all-in-one security device for your needs. 4 cameras, built-in NVR with 1 terabyte of storage that is user-friendly and expandable up to 16 terabytes. There's really not much more you can ask for in a security system. With this particular system, not only is the day and night footage fantastic thanks to its image sensors and processing, it really comes down to the difference that this particular system has with its software. It really crushes the competition out there thanks to its AI recognition. We have bionic mind technology and cross-camera tracking. Those are huge features. So with that AI recognition and bionic mind, you can track humans, vehicles, pets. You can save faces. It's smart enough to differentiate between different faces, and it can search and show you the results in your footage. Really impressive stuff. And the cross-camera tracking is great too if you're trying to track an intruder, an animal, pet, whatever it may be across your whole system. It gives you those nice generated clips that are very accurate. So I'm excited to see how they continue to refine all that technology over time, but so far so good. It's kind of scary good with that facial recognition. And then lastly, this supports 4K resolution. So you will live and die by that with your network speeds, but they help to alleviate some of that with their multi-bridge technology that can be automatically configured within their mobile app. So I love to see it. Now, with that being said, 4K also, you live and die by it. So if your network isn't up to snuff, you still have the option to do 720, 1080, 2K, and then lastly 4K or the auto mode, which is what I like to keep it in. But that is something to keep in mind if you're buying it just for 4K. Make sure you have a really beefy network that can handle everything, or be prepared to upgrade your system over time. Lastly, for me, this is just my own personal preference. I'm spoiled by a lot of Eufy security products. So this one's geared towards that 24/7 recording crowd, which is why you have that one cable still for installation for power. I'm spoiled by some of their other products that have solar panels built in. Yes, they're not going to record 24/7, but for me, I'm either going completely wireless for power and video transmission, or if I'm doing one wire, I want it to be PoE, so it's power over Ethernet, so we can transmit that power and video for 24/7. So that's just my own personal preference. I get why they do it. It's nice to have to make sure you always have enough juice and power to record, but compared to the simplicity of other cameras within their own lineup that just basically do the same mounting procedure but no wires, I love the no wire route, even though it comes with the lack of 24/7 recording. But for most people out there interested in this, that's going to be what you're after. So with that being said, you're well prepared for having that wire and routing power accordingly.